All right. We've been talking about a lot concerning the entrepreneurial environment. Today, let's talk about the advantages and disadvantages of entrepreneurship. All right. There are many advantages and disadvantages of entrepreneurship. Let's start by explaining the advantages of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship has the first advantage, as we have here, autonomy, the need for independence and freedom. The need for independence and freedom to make decisions is one of the major advantages. The feeling of being your own boss is very satisfying for many entrepreneurs. So that is an advantage. Number two, challenges of a startup and the feeling of achievement. For many entrepreneurs, the challenge of a startup is exhilarating. The opportunity to develop a concept into a profitable business provides a significant feeling of achievement, and the entrepreneur knows that he or she is solely responsible for this success, for the success of the idea, and that creates in him this feeling of achievement. That's an advantage. The third one is financial control. Because it is often stated that the entrepreneur has financial independence, one might get the impression that they are wealthy. Many are not necessarily seeking great wealth, but they do want to have more control over their financial situation. So financial control is one of the advantages of entrepreneurship. Number four, innovation. Entrepreneurs drive innovation, bringing new products and services to the market. This is an advantage, of course. Number five is job creation. Of course, anytime a new product and service are produced or is produced, jobs are created. New businesses create employment opportunities and by extension boost the local and national economies. That is an advantage. Number six, flexibility. Flexibility. Now, entrepreneurs often have flexible schedules and the ability to balance work and personal life. Surely that is an advantage. Now, let's go to the disadvantages of entrepreneurship. Number one, personal sacrifice. Especially in the early years of a business, the entrepreneur often works extremely hard, covers extremely long hours, possibly 6 to 7 days a week work. He puts in a lot of work. This leaves almost no time for personal recreation, family life, personal reflection, and so on. This surely is a disadvantage. Number two, burden of responsibility. We often refer to this as jack of all trades. Entrepreneurs have a burden of responsibility unlike that of corporate workers. In corporations, employees are usually surrounded by other people at different levels with the same concerns. It is possible to share information at lunchtime or after work or while you are going home to have a sense of companionship with your colleagues. But the entrepreneur, however, knows that it is a lonely place at the top. So no one else in the company has invested his or her whole life savings or his or her whole time like the entrepreneur. So no one else must can ensure or can understand how the burden is. So that is the burden of the responsibility that is carried by the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur must also be jack of all trade as a result of this. While corporate workers usually specialize in specialized areas like marketing, financing, personnel management, and all that, the entrepreneur manages all these functions until business is profitable enough to hire employees with necessary expertise to handle these areas. Number three, little margin for error. Large corporations often make decisions that prove to be unprofitable. Yet, the introduction of such decision probably is introduction of a new product to the market, and maybe that product is not acceptable, and they often do not fail as a result of that, and they become unprofitable because of that. Maybe it's an unprofitable location change and all that, but they don't fail because of that. Many large corporation will usually survive this because they have adequate financial resources to pay for the losses. But small businesses, those that are into entrepreneurship, they operate on a very thin financial cushion because of the only financial resources available to them are those of of the entrepreneur himself who has put his money in and risked his resources into it. Even after years of successful operation, when one wrong decision is taken or a weak one is taken by the management or the entrepreneur, this can result in the end of the business. Number four, financial risk. Starting and running a business involves significant financial investments, which can be lost which can be lost if the business fails. Number five, uncertainties. Of course, businesses experience uncertainties and instabilities. So business success is not guaranteed. Economic fluctuations will happen and they can affect stability. This surely is a disadvantage. Then we have the next, number six, lack of benefit. You may not realize it, but entrepreneurs do not receive employment benefits such as health insurance and retirement plan. We're not saying they can't get it, but most times they don't, which they must arrange for themselves independently if they really want it. So this is an advantage because for those working in corporation, the company just does this for you, and you take it as an advantage. Now the seventh is uh, another advantage. Another disadvantage is limited resources. That's number seven. New businesses are often operate with limited resources, making it challenging to compete with other established firms, and that is a disadvantage. Now, let's discuss the role of entrepreneurship in an economy. Entrepreneurship plays a pivotal role in economies. Some of those roles are one, bridging the gap between science and the marketplace. Wow. Scientists invent things. This is common knowledge, all right? Scientists invent things like electricity, phones, cameras, laptops, gadgets, and so on. But it takes an entrepreneur, true entrepreneurship, to find a way to introduce such invention into the realm of human needs. It involves moving the invention or the result of scientific research to the business world. This bridging of the gap could be in the form of technological transfer, which involves the process of sharing or disseminating technology, knowledge, skills, method, or manufacturing techniques from one entity to another. Of course, entrepreneurs, through the technological transfer, are able to produce goods at lower cost when this transfer has occurred, hence making them more valuable and affordable. Cheaper goods result in greater demands, which in turn will encourage creating more wealth. So this is one of the roles of entrepreneurship in any economy. Number two, creation of new technology. Since entrepreneurs are inventors, they tend to seek new technology for facilitating their business concern to increase productivity, efficiency, and wealth. As such, affecting entrepreneurship generally in an economy. Technology is the best method of or most efficient method of doing things. Number three, creation of job opportunities. Entrepreneurship facilitates employment opportunities not only for business owners and their relatives, but also other people. It is either existing enterprises are employing or entrepreneurship is offering a business opportunity to entrepreneurs. Either way, business opportunities are created. For example, we know Alhaji Aliko Dangote, Jim Ovia, Tomi Elumelu, and some other business moguls that seek to open new ventures day in, day out. Of course, Aliko has opened the oil refinery recently. Through this, their firms, they employ workers daily, and this encourages or plays a role in every economy. Number four, creation of new enterprise. Like we mentioned, Alhaji Aliko just created a new enterprise, the Dangote refinery. That is part of what entrepreneurship does to an economy. We know new enterprises are created every day. We know that these new enterprises come as a result of interaction between science, technology, uh, science, technology, human needs, and entrepreneurial activities. The desire to create a new enterprise is the hub of entrepreneurship, and that affects the economy. Number five, provision of resources to large firms. Large firms tend to benefit from small scale firms being established by entrepreneurs through entrepreneurship. Of course, these small firms offer services like supplies, distributionship, marketing opportunities, outsourcing of activities, which accepting outsourcing of activities which the large firms are not willing to take, and so on. So these small firms benefit large firms. Number six is generating income for local and central government. Like like we have mentioned earlier, like we had mentioned earlier, entrepreneurship encourages startups. As businesses are registered and run, taxes, permits, and all sorts of payments are made. These payments are sources of revenue generation for local governments and central government and so on and so forth. And this affects the economy. So entrepreneurship plays a role in this aspect. Number seven, economic backbone. Entrepreneurs through small businesses are important economic backbone of every country. They not only generate employment, they facilitate foreign exchange, create and utilize various skill sets for local resource creation and development. Number eight, acceleration of development of rural and urban areas. Entrepreneurship in these areas can accelerate their development. Number nine, provision of competition. Small businesses challenge big businesses, causing them to become more efficient and more responsive to customer need. Of course, we know small businesses can't compete with big businesses. They will be run out of the market. However, by the existence of the small business, competition is triggered, and such competition often result in re- positive responses to consumer need. All right, that's about it for today. In our next class, we will be attending to the functions of an entrepreneur. Thank you.